Hello, good evening, everybody. Yeah, I got two screens here. They are quite far apart. My eyes a little bit 泡胶. Okay, wait. I'm trying to adjust my tripod. Yes. Good evening, everybody. Yes, Derek, Donna, Siu Ching with you, Gary. Yes, for those people in YouTube, good evening to you also. Yes, nice to see you. Hello, Jess. Today. Okay, what topic? Yeah. Yes. Okay, so the slides is really pinned there. Shermin has pinned it up for me. Can you download the topic today is a short topic. Okay, I'll talk probably for just half an hour so as not disturb your sleep. Melissa, good to see you. Kate, good to see you. Yes, Toto, good to see you. Oh, my sister. Hello, sister. Okay, my sister, super good supporter. Damn good sister. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes, for those Wallaby, good to see you. Yes, you like it ahead before I ask. Please continue to like everybody. Okay, please continue to like the page, especially those on YouTube. Don't know why Facebook. A lot of people very automatic will like the page, but YouTube somehow it's not very common for people to like it. Yes. So just now I was about to start, then Benjamin called. Now Benjamin just went through a 5 day or 4 day camp in the field. So in the field he suffered quite badly. So I as a father I have to listen, right? So Kate was prepared to Kate was prepared to hand it over to me from Europe to me, but I but I quickly take Ben's call. He was like very happy to talk to his father. Yeah, my children and I are very close, very close. I'm like it's just not just a fatherly figure, but also like a life mentor. Yeah, like a life mentor, the kind of thing. Yes. Okay. So I thought, yeah. Okay, wait. For those YouTube, I'll get Jermaine to post up. Please pin up slides in YouTube. Yes. All right. Cool. Great. Okay. Where to find your slimming program? I give a talk already. I don't know. I think you can still get the slides. I think you can still watch the video in my Facebook somewhere. Okay. How do we know when you go on Facebook Live? You mentioned you're going live on Facebook schedule. Yes, I wanted to. We thought that we're going to be in Singapore for quite a long time and not do product live. But the problem is that suddenly my wife, being very workaholic, cannot sit still at home, decided that she will fly with Kit Lu, and that kind of the priority must then go to Premium Mall, right? Tonight, there was a and sorry, that was not reason. The reason was that suddenly Shopee gave special 7% for 2 days, which is today and tomorrow. As a result, we got nothing to sell in Singapore, so we quickly chong over. For us, taking a flight to Europe is like you taking a taxi to I don't know, Yishun or Orchard Road like that. So we got to quickly over and quickly do all the things that happened tonight. So yes, will you have a talk on marriage? I cannot gossip on marriage. Talk on marriage. I'm not a marriage expert. Okay, I'm not a marriage expert. But if you want, I can have a gossip on marriage. I've got the materials ready. I actually wrote it down. I've got 30 topics, and one of them is on marriage. If you want, I can minty. We can have after this. Let's have a gossip on marriage. Okay, for those who are listen, you listen. But this channel largely is a finance thing. Yes, marriage affect finance, finance affect marriage. Okay, but I can focus on it. But I'm a bit gossipy. I can talk a little bit beyond that. Okay, yes. There's no slides +1 tonight because the stupid +1 system went down. But the slides are pinned on the message already. Okay, the slides are pinned on it's pinned on message, so you just click and download it. You all got it? If you all got it, I restart. Okay, you don't anyhow whack. Tonight the +1 doesn't work. For those 41 people who just came in, yes, I'm gonna give I'm gonna give a very interesting short talk on two industries that are very well loved, okay, but are going to be heavily disrupted over the next 5 to 10 years. Two well-loved industries that are going to be disrupted over the next 5 to 10 years. You might be working in this industry, you might be owning their shares, you might be a supplier to one of this industry whatsoever. Okay, but let's think about it. Okay, so the title of my talk today is my 130th talk. 130 talk already. That's quite a lot, right? Okay, so the title of today's slide is two well-loved industries that are likely to be disrupted over the next 5 to 10 years. Two well-loved industries that are likely to be disrupted in the next 5 to 10 years. And this one I gotta put a heavy caveat before you all say, Mr. Lu say go and sell. This is meant for entertainment and education. Do all your homework. Do not just take my comments at just take my comment as a data point. Okay, you can't. Yeah. Okay. So are you guys ready? So just state my usual disclaimer. Okay. This is a video for entertainment, for education, and not as a buy or sell advice. Okay. I will answer all these questions. You have a lot of questions. About the Russian attack and all this. What's my view? I'll answer it in a short while. I've got a good view of that. Okay. Are you guys ready? If you're ready, say I'm ready or something like that. I don't like this to be a monologue. You all always like monologue me. I'm not giving a talk. If I give you a talk, I just record and just load it up. But I like the interactivity and all this, right? Okay. Would one have to declare reporting of US stock dividends and gain in filing annual system? I don't know. My stocks almost got no dividends one, so I really don't know. Very little dividends. That's why index stocks are nothing. Kacang putih. Okay, only Melissa is ready. Jamie is ready. Wanu is ready. Maria is ready. Yes, banking should be one. You are absolutely right. Okay. Okay. There is no slides plus one. The slides are pinned at the comments there. Can you just click the Google Drive file? Yes. Okay. Jacqueline is ready. If you all got the slides, all right, good. Okay. All right. If you are ready, I have some. There are 59 people there, and there are 23 likes only. Can those 59 people please give a like on the YouTube page, please? Yes. All right. Okay. First of all, do a bit of self-marketing first. Do a bit of self-marketing. For those people who still have not read this news article, Rise Media did an article on me. Okay. The title is something like The Multi-Millionaire Who Rather Live in a Jurong East HDB Flat. The multi-millionaire who rather live in a Jurong East HDB flat. My goodness, that's such a headline and things like that. I actually don't think it's much a deal, but the readership is phenomenal. The readership is so much that night Rise Media server crashed. Oh, hi, Mr. Ho. Oh, Mr. Ho, you're the one who see me. You're Alex, right? Yeah. So this gentleman, Mr. Ho, was I was jogging this morning with a cardiologist friend, Dr. Chin Chi Kiong. He's a cardiologist in National Heart Center. And then someone came to me and introduced, I think Alex, right? Yeah. So thank you for watching. Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing as well. I appreciate if you also like and share. Okay. I think it's very important. Now, I actually think that like and share this video, the main plus that a lot of people would avoid a lot of heartaches. Yes, in time to come. Okay. So anyway, back to this Rise Media. After it did an article on me, if you notice, I mentioned that the reason why I did this article is not so much that I want the Haolian. I think there's a fine line between marketing and Haolian. But I really need to do some marketing. I want to do some marketing for 1M65 movement so that we can impact more lives. Okay. So I always ask you guys to like and share because we want to impact more lives, right? So if AIA and Rise Media want to sponsor this article, I'll be an idiot not to take it up. You agree? You agree? Have some reaction. Okay. Yes. The second thing is that in the article, if you notice, I also slip in my companies, try and market my companies as well, right? So next time, people people who do business with my companies, they were like, oh, okay, you know, that kind of thing, has more level of trust and all these kind of things. So free marketing, don't take stupid. How much advertising fee will this cost me? You know, I don't know whether $100,000 can buy me this thing. The amount of traffic that land on this article crash Rise Media server. That's how much it is. People are just like, wow, I got millionaire want to stay in HDB, Anna. I said, what the hell is the big deal? In fact, if you go to look at Rise Media Facebook page, it was also very interesting what people wrote. People wrote, oh, number one, he must have owned a lot of private property. Yeah, he must have owned a lot of private property. And he just stay in HDB, collect rent for private property. Let me say categorically clear. A lot of people know me, right? I don't have a single additional property other than this one I'm staying in. This is my HDB, and I'm very proud of it. It's in Jurong East, okay? Yes, I'm very proud of it. It's a nice place, okay? Corinne Xia, could I have your email address? Yeah, luchengchuan@gmail.com. Happy to, yeah. A lot of people write to me nowadays. I try to keep up with my keyboard. Please forgive me. I'm also trying to handle premium mode. Today we have a huge promotion. There's a 7% discount that rarely happen, so I've got to, handle this thing. Today I was swamped. I was, after the run that I came back from near Marina Bay Sand there, I was like working all the way until now, so please forgive me, okay? So yes, please like and share. I will really appreciate this, okay? Sim Sui Hui, your like and share is very nice. I'll give you a prize. For those people, I'll give up 3 prizes today, or like and share. How about that? Okay, it will be an ebook on a favorite book I read, and I wrote a summary of. I wrote a summary of what I think about the book and why I like it. Okay, if you all could do some like and share, I will definitely pick some winners on this. So Xin Si Hui, please email me luchengchuan@gmail.com for your prize. Okay, yes. Okay, please continue to do that, like and share. I really appreciate it. Okay, yes. Kai Ling, yeah, the next one. Kai Ling, yeah, next one. Like and share. Email me. Don't text my wife anymore. This one is luchengchuan@gmail.com. Okay. So I just want to put some reflection on. I didn't expect this kind of reaction. Some people say, "Wow, Mr. Lu, now you need bodyguard." I say, seriously, how many richer people, much more richer than I am. I also staying in HDB, much more richer may have no bodyguard. Nobody give a damn. Okay, today I went for a run. It's a 7.5 kilometer run, and nobody give a damn about me. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. So let's go to the topic itself. Today's topic is quite interesting. Okay. Today's topic is about 2 well-loved industries that are highly likely going to be disrupted. You might own the shares. You might work in the industry. You might be a supplier in the industry. Okay. Most likely you're going to be affected. Okay. You're going to be affected badly. Now, and I'm going to use experiential analysis and basic sound evidence where I'm leading to, so that it's not just my judgment. Okay. All right, let's go. So if you recall, there's a lot of industries are now disrupted. Can you name me some industry that are disrupted? Okay. Name me some industry that kena whack, their share prices used to be so high, come down, okay? And who are the people who disrupt them, okay? I just give you one I used to work in. Telecom companies. There is not one telecom company that has not been disrupted. Kodak, that's a perfect example, Derek, Kodak was badly disrupted, right? Kodak film, right? Badly disrupted by all the digital one, right? Airlines, the lucrative airlines are disrupted by the budget airlines, yes, okay? Tourism is disrupted by pandemic, but I think that is not a long-term disruption. You need assistance to help you process your premium mall, can I apply? I run, premium mall is run by my wife. I run a 1865. 1865 is a social movement. No collect money one, so I don't know how to pay you. You want to help as a volunteer, I'm very happy. We have a lot of people in this movement helping me, and I really appreciate. They never ask for a single cent. There's about 10 to 20 people just helping me manage my Telegram chat. My Telegram chat has grown to 20. I don't know how many right now. Do you know what's the latest count? 22, 23, 24,000. I don't know how many thousand people right now. No, overnight it exploded. Yeah. Okay. So I'll answer some of these questions later. I want to focus on this topic. So telco has been very badly disrupted by WhatsApp and all this. The other one is SIA. No, SIA. Printing industry, news industry, right? SPH, movie industries, right? You're absolutely right. Okay, so all are affected in a really very big way, very serious. Okay, very serious. So interestingly, to see whether an industry will be disrupted, okay, how do you tell which industry will be disrupted? Okay, you can see they're going to be disrupted. Okay, so maybe the other way around. When do you see a country is going to be eaten up by another country? Okay, yeah, music all go online. Before a country is going to be attacked and eaten up by another, conquered by another country, usually the other country will be building up troops and forces. Okay, yes, they will be lining up troops at the borders and things like that. Okay, so most of the time there are signs that will come out. So if we do catch these signs, you'll be able to tell whether the industry is going to be disrupted, right? So isn't it very clear? All we need to do to see whether this industry is going to be disrupted by seeing whether on the fringes a lot of troops are lining up, a lot of guns are pointing, and people throwing little catapults and throwing little spears and guns and whatever, all pointing at them, right? And the second thing is see whether the industry can be defended, to see how strong the industry is. Okay, now usually when the industry is very well defended, there will be no little guys going to attack them. Okay, so this is my statement. Okay, this is a very interesting analysis. Before an industry is disrupted, okay, there will be an emergence of many startups, disruptive startups after them. Before a mainstream industry is disrupted, there will be an emergence of many disruptive startups. Do you agree with me? Okay, this is a very interesting observation. Now, fortunately, I've in the innovation space and high tech space for many years. I was head of innovation in Singtel since 2008. It's a long time. Okay, and now so it's about 10 over years. So I've seen waves and waves of industry disrupted. I see the startups ahead of them. Okay, so therefore I can tell. Yeah. So let's say something that you all know, right? Before the newspapers were being disrupted, okay, 5 to 10 years before a newspaper was disrupted, who were the people that were emerging? Who were the people emerging? Google, digital prints are coming, right? All these things, all these guys came out big time. So before SPH, Singapore Press Holding, was being disrupted, all this new advertising business all come out, the online classified ads, Google, Facebook, all these came out. And then their advertising revenue start being eaten up bit by bit and bit by bit. Later now, SPH is gone. Today, SPH is no longer a profit-seeking company, right? It's no longer a profit-seeking company. So you can tell 5 to 10 years ahead, if these little disruptions are happening, there's a good chance that this company will go down, right? Okay, so all we need to do is to see now where are all these people gathering, right? Okay, so 5 to 10 years before the telco was disrupted, WhatsApp, Viber, Telegram, a lot of communication apps are all coming out. Big time, right? So these are very easy telltale signs. Just look at where all the disruptions are happening, right? So to see where the industries are going to be hit is as good as saying, let's see where all these startups are being are clustering right now and are well funded. There's no point having this little startup with nobody interested in them. But if the venture capitalists, the angel investors, the equity funds are all pouring money inside, they have a good chance that all these companies will come up big time and whack. So really, it's to answer today's question really is which emerging startup industries are being well funded and growing right now. Okay, if we can answer this question, then it's quite easy to see 5 to 10 years time which industry is going to be disrupted, right? Yes. So physical shopping will kena since there are so many online sellers. Physical shopping is already kenaded. It's already kenaded. Now it is the online sellers being disrupted by other online sellers. Like online sellers now are disrupted by live sellers like us, okay, like BE, right? They are overseas right now disrupting online sellers. Can you see how bad the disruption is? Yeah, okay. So just now a very interesting phenomenon happened. While B is being was live streaming in a shopping mall in Balenciaga, okay, what happens? She was being stopped. Okay, why? It's because the store manager already allowed her to do it already. Suddenly, a call came from upstairs telling the store manager to stop this live seller. All right. So what actually happened to me is very clear. Singapore side saw this thing. The Balenciaga of Singapore probably called, okay, the Europe one, and the Europe one through. It's quite easy to identify which store, right? And then contact them and stop it. These are things you can do to slow it down, but you can't stop disruption from happening, right? You can't stop disruption from happening. How are you going to stop? So all the fundings are happening, all the things are funding. So to see which industries are going to be disrupted, we see which industries startup now are emerging strongly and where the funding is growing. Okay, so I have a very interesting article here. Yeah, I did some search. Okay, it's these are industries where Series B funding is growing the fastest. Now, if you're not familiar with this term Series B, I kind of explained it to you. In a startup phase, where it's funded by venture capitalists or angel investors like myself, or private equity owners. So what they'll do is when they form, they normally go and ask for money. This is called seed funding. Normally it's friends and families and things like that. Seed funding can be from angels like us who cannot afford, big bucks. These are usually, we call it a ticket size of, $1 million or less. Okay, sometimes $500,000, sometimes $100,000, sometimes $50,000, $10,000, whatever. Small ticket size. These are seed funding. Then they go to Series A, okay, where usually is funded by the venture capitalists. The venture capitalists, when it comes Series A, actually are quite strong funded already. They usually sign ticket size of $1 million one. You'll be usually in millions of dollars. Then we go to Series B. Usually a ticket size go to 5, 10, 50, $100 million. That kind of Series B. Series C will even be bigger. And by the time you reach Series C, you're probably close to an IPO already. Okay. Now, so as long as you survive Series seed funding and Series A, when you go to Series B, you're damn serious already. Very unlikely to collapse, that kind of thing. So we're most worried about early phase startup because in early phase startup, usually within 1 to 3 years, maybe 7 out of 10 will collapse. Yeah. So the first 3 years is always toughest. Okay. So that's how the startup world exists. So as long as we see where the money is going for Series B, and we just try to find which industry get the most, you can tell which which industry are they targeting, right? So guess which industry? Anybody, make a guess. Which industry is going to be targeted first? It's not difficult to tell. Okay, it's not difficult to tell. Anybody, which industry is going to be targeted first? So, okay, healthcare, yes. Oh, you have seen the slides. Okay. Finance and healthcare, you're absolutely right. Meditech, yes. So, sorry. Okay, this slide talks about Series B count. That means not looking at how much the dollar value, but just in absolute count, how many Series B are going into which industry. The number one is healthcare. Number two is finance. Healthcare and finance, okay? These two sectors attract the richest amount of funding right now, okay? And of course, there's shopping and e-commerce, which is a far cry, transportation, real estate, security, all far behind. But healthcare is the one. It's quite easy. Which industry has fat paychecks? Doctors, of course. Doctors, pharmaceutical companies and all this, okay? Bankers, not anymore, okay? Yes, not anymore. So, yeah, you never seem to be tired, power lah. You can only have boundless energy only if you are passionate about that thing. If you have no passion about doing something, you cannot do this non-stop every night. Yeah, right? You see me, you can tell, you cannot pretend this kind of thing. This is 130th talk, you know. Yeah, seven years already, yes. Okay, so anyway, so this is Series B funding by absolute dollars, okay, absolute dollars. And the Series B funding, the healthcare sector in 2021, this was in June, okay, so the number is much more than, is about $18 billion. That's more than healthcare. And of course, this is, I think, in the US. A similar pattern would be in Singapore and Asia as well, okay? So the next is financial services. So banks, did you jog along Kallang Stadium this morning? Yes, I did. Were you there, caveman? Sorry. So healthcare and financial services. Healthcare and financial services are the two biggest sector. Okay, so caveman, you should say hi to me. Yeah, okay. Yes, yeah. You do recognize me? Yeah. I'm very happy when you see me. You come up to me and say hi. I'll be very happy to say hi to you. I'm not an untouchable on those glamorous influencer or that kind of thing. I'm not. Just come and say hi to me. You know, have a chat. I like to get to know you. Okay, so don't. Yes, I jog past you, but too tired to talk. You too tired to talk. I'm too tired to talk. Yeah, but I ran 7.5 kilometers this morning. Very proud of it. Okay, I was quite safe because I was running beside one of Singapore's best cardiologists. So if my heart give way, which I don't think it will, heart give way, he can immediately resuscitate me. So that's okay. Yeah, Dr. Chin Chi Kiong, very good doctor from National Heart Center. Very wise man as well. Okay. So anyway, jokes aside. So let's go back to this one. So US investments right now, top two sectors are going into huge amount of money into these two sectors. I think in Singapore is the reverse. It's the finance sector, the fintech startups that get more funding than the meditech. Okay, thank you, Janice. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy and benefited from my talk. No, I really appreciate it. Okay, yes. By the way, this video will then be loaded onto YouTube. Okay, and then I'll purchase it from Premium More because that's my wife's channel. Not very nice to keep all the channels there. I gotta do one clean up very soon before she skin me alive. Okay, so anyway, right now in Singapore there are 1,400 fintech startups. Can you believe it? Right now in Singapore there are 1,400 fintech startups. It's a bit too bright. Can you see? Okay. I'm involved in one of them. I wanted to involve in more, but I'm trying right now to. I'm involved as an investor in one. I am very closely affiliated to a few other guys as advisors. But because I see all this fintech coming up, okay? And I know what they're doing. They are all attacking. Who are they all attacking? Who are they all attacking? The fintech startup, okay? They are attacking the banks. The banks. And your DBS, your UOB, your OCBC, your Citibank, your Stanchart, or whatever, they are attacking the banks. Majority of them are attacking the banks. Yes, and ours is a fintech. Yes, Pearly, Chia, you're right. They are attacking the banks, the banks, the banks, the banks. Banks are such fat, huge profits, right? You look at all these companies. Look at all these companies. They are all going after the lucrative market. Okay, so now to be fair, it's not just the banks, the insurance company, the stockbrokers, and all this. Today, the stockbrokers is badly disrupted already. It used to be stockbrokers stay in big mega houses. Today, as a stockbroker, I think most of them make, I was told, make $2,000-3,000 a month, probably less than a Grab driver. A Grab driver told me it's quite easy to make $4,000 a month. Okay. I think a stockbroker now, a remiser now, make very little. It used to be a lot. So all these companies are so if you Google, there's a news article there in my slides. I'll pin up the slides. I'll pin up the slides in the comments after this on YouTube. Hey, there are 142 of you in YouTube. Okay, there are only 51 likes. Can you please don't be so stingy now? Every time I come here, I must say this. Please don't give me some likes. Please, the Facebook here is full of activity on the likes and things like that. Okay, the reason I ask for these likes is because it will go a lot in promoting the video. Okay, so this is just an algorithm. The previous time I also cannot see presentation. Okay, they're all in the comments. They're all in the comments or in the notes. You can click the link. The link is there. Now it's not. After the session, then I can put up the link. Okay, thank you. So this is a Business Time article and say that there are 1,400 fintech companies right now. Okay, in Singapore, and they accounted for 10,000 employees. Okay, so for those people who love to buy the bank stocks, I'll be a bit cautious. Okay, I'll be a bit cautious right now. I'm not telling you sell. Please don't get me wrong. I'm very sure that the banks don't compound like S&P 500 equivalent, okay, or those world index. I don't think so. And but the dividends and all this are like, those banks are owned by government related. Those banks owned by government related will be safe from disruption? Singtel, M1, StarHub are all government related. Look at their share price. Are they? SPH is government related, right? Okay. High Flux once upon a time was government related. Look at them now. Government related cannot fight technology disruption. Okay. Will there be a centralized platform to get our slides or recent talk? I always put them in the comments on YouTube after the talk. Okay. I always put them there. Yes. Okay. So any chance war or breakout between Russia and Ukraine? I'm going to ask this question. I'm going to answer this question later. Okay. Let's stick to this one. The healthcare startup. What about the healthcare startup scene? Okay. The healthcare startup scene is also very vibrant in Singapore. There are 400 healthcare startup now in Singapore. Okay. Working on ways to disrupt healthcare startup. The healthcare sector is very lucrative. Doctors make a hell lot of money. Minus this pandemic, they cannot hit jalan. Minus this pandemic, they make obscene amount of profits, man, the doctors. Obscene. In overseas, in Europe, you're going to see a doctor, okay? You pay him the professional fees. But in the case of Singapore, they have two bites of the cherry. They make money from the professional services. They treat you. They also make money from the medicine that they dispense at the pharmacy. Okay, so Singapore healthcare sector is there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not evilizing that. A lot of my friends are doctors. They have taken very well care of me and things like that. But I'm foreseeing that because of the lucrative pie here, a lot of sectors are now a lot of disruptive sectors are going after them. Yeah. Okay. So at one point in time, even in so I forget. I also talk about premium, but anyway, okay, yes. So it is clearly a clear and present danger right now. The healthcare sector, we have got a lot of the Parkway Holdings and some of the hospital related REITs, healthcare REITs, and all these sectors are all happening. I think there's a lot of risk there. Okay, in the next, you see, fortunately, all these startups are still growing, but the disruption will come in time to come. Is it going to be 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, 10 year? I don't know. Nowadays, disruption happen much faster because of the pandemic. Digitalization of the industry is now fast and furious. So I would be very concerned whether the pace of the disruption will take 5 years or 10 years. I don't know. I think nowadays the disruption happen much faster. So if I were to crystal ball, I would personally avoid these sectors. As a investor, okay, I'm talking about the mainstream industry. And if I'm in the sector as a staff, okay, I will be actively thinking of ways to ring fence my industry or work with some of these startups to kind of actually plant the seeds to make sure that I'm really growing to the next industry. If you are in this sector right now, make sure you have got a second what we call an option B. Okay, you must have an option B to make sure that if something happened to you, you're okay. Okay, don't, if you know it's coming, don't just stay there and it's okay, slowly come, I got time. I was lucky. I came out of the telecom industry in 2014. Okay, I knew that there was disruption coming in a big way, and I felt that I have to get out. Okay, 2014, Premium was formed. My wife got out first, later myself, and later I got in the finance industry, and then I actively invested and things like that. So don't stay there and do nothing. Okay. Do I think fintech will eventually require to charge more to clients in future? Higher reserve matter, blah 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 blah. No. The fintech industry managed to skirt around all the regulations. The fintech industries, the startups are very well funded. The smart thing is that they skirt around the regulation and they only attack those pieces of lucrative markets by the banks. The banks, you see, because of regulation, got to take care of lucrative market and non-lucrative market. So if this startup just go and attack this lucrative market, bank kena the unprofitable from profitable segments and got to hand this lucrative segment to this sector. Very difficult, right? Okay. So therefore, the two sectors that are going to be heavily affected are the healthcare sector and the finance sector. Okay. If you are in love with their stocks, in love with their stocks or working there, I advise you got to exercise some level of caution. Okay, you got to exercise some level of caution. Okay, so I think that there's something that you got to watch out for this trend. Okay, so yes, so I've been reminded by my wife for those people on Premium Mall, there's a 7% discount or something like that. Yes, so go check it out. Okay, on the Shopee store. Okay, but anyway. Okay, sounds interesting. Okay, so this is what I found. What are the additional caution that I'd like to give everybody? I thought about it. Number one is, some of you love REITs because they give a lot of dividends, right? Most Singaporeans are crazy about dividends. I've done a video why I think dividend strategy is going to kill a lot of people. Go to my YouTube channel, 1865 YouTube channel, and follow that page. I have a video there to talk about it. I'm going to talk more about it there. Be careful of retail REITs. Okay, retail REITs. The retail sector is going to be is already being disrupted. Is now going to be more disrupted. The healthcare REITs are also going to be disrupted. Okay, the two sectors that I haven't seen a huge disruption successfully yet, but I know a lot of people are trying. Healthcare finance. Okay, try it. Well, just diversify, right? the insurance industry and the real estate brokers, the insurance agents and the real estate agents, their sector haven't been disrupted yet. Usually the brokers are the one that cannot disrupt it. So far, no one has figured out a powerful way of disrupting their business, but they will be disrupted for sure. Definitely people will be going after them. Okay, so those people buy the bank stocks and all this. You know, when you hold something for long term, you know, you must hope that you will compound. Okay, and you hope that you just count on the dividends is a very dangerous thing. Right? Singtel and StarHub and used to give big fat dividends, right? One disruption and a price fall, that big price fall will never make up by 10-20 years of dividends. Okay, so I doubt compounding will happen in the long run for the banks. I don't know, and in my personal take, I don't think the banks have 5 to 10 years, okay, before the disruption comes in a big messy tsunami. Yep. So I hope you recognize these kind of things that are happening. So let's recall, okay, in order to see whether mainstream industry is going to be disrupted, look at where the disruptive startups are assembling and where all the venture capitalist funds and angels funds and private equity funds are piling up. That usually signal that the guns are ready and pointing, already firing ready. Okay? And today, the two industries that are lined up the fattest and the richest in terms of disruptive industries are the healthcare and finance. Okay? Healthcare and the finance. So, therefore, if you are in love with this industry, my advice to you is be careful. I'm doing this talk because these are two well-loved industries, especially the banking sector, by fellow Singaporeans. Okay? Cool? Right? So therefore, I thought I want to share this. Are we happy to take some questions right now? Okay, by everybody. And you can ask a question. Let's do it for 10-15 minutes before we all go to sleep. Okay, now it's 12 o'clock already. Okay, so today we start late because Premium Mall was running a sale, so I thought I started it. So forgive me for that. Okay. Yang Lun said, I just joined. What is the key? Invest in S&P 500. Okay, the key is to exercise caution against the commonly well-loved stocks. Okay, exercise caution in this thing. What strategy to invest? I talk about it for 50, 100 times already. Okay, they're all in my YouTube channel. You go watch it. Okay, I talk about it, Davey, right? All my videos and all this, they're all there, teaching you how to make $1 million by 65, teaching you how to make $4 million by 65, and even beyond. Okay, I share it extensively there. Go watch it in the YouTube video. Okay, which industry is safe? Let me just say, Ishan, there is no safe industries when you think about long term. For sure, a disruption will come to an industry if it ever happened. So the key is to know when the disruption is like happen and always have a fallback plan. Okay, always upskill yourself to prepare for disruptions to come. Okay, and if you are in one area, always prepare yourself and train yourself, cross-train yourself in other areas. Okay. Banks, I can see from crypto, quite exciting. But healthcare, I think the sector is quite regulated, deal with lives. No, the healthcare sector, have you seen how much funding is going into? You think these VCs and private equities guys are stupid to put their money inside? These are real people. Talk with not just their mouth. People talk with their money. You know. You think I put money inside healthcare sector because we are idiots? These are smart investors, you know, because they know they have a good chance of disrupting those industries. Okay, yes. How will it affect doctors and nurses in Singapore? I don't think it affect the nurses. Okay, I don't think it affect nurses. I'm pretty sure it affect the doctors. Okay, I'm pretty sure it affect doctors. That's my view. Okay, so doctors right now know that you cannot just be a GP. Not say cannot lah. You know, being a GP is very difficult. So doctors nowadays generally move upscale to go into specialized areas. Where is his Facebook Live? On Premium More, from Premium More Facebook page. Okay. Where is this? I'm just trying to go. The medication pills affect margins. I give you an example. Have you ever done this? I buy most of my medicine from Malaysia. Now I've got some friends and relatives there will buy and ship them to me. I have cholesterol medicine that I take on a regular basis. One of those pills in Singapore costs 3 times more, okay, in Singapore than compared to Malaysia. 3 times more. Actually, if I had my way, I just buy Malaysia pill and sell in Singapore for half the price of Singapore. I'll still make money. But pandemic, very troublesome. Yeah, 3 times more. Isn't that a very clear signal? So that it's like premium more business, right? The handbag is selling Europe for very cheap. Handbag is selling in Singapore very expensive. We just disrupt the industry. Yeah, that's all. Do you take cholesterol medicine? Yes, Crestor. Okay, Crestor 5 mg. I have high cholesterol. I usually don't feel like taking, but I wasn't that concerned about my heart. But my doctor warned me that it can lead to stroke also. Nah, I don't want to have stroke. Okay, I don't mind getting heart attack and just die. That's okay. But stroke, you half your body cannot move. You look ugly or that kind of thing. Okay. So I take. Yeah. What's your thought on Ukraine? Okay. Okay. Let me answer this question on medication first. I'll answer Ukraine. Okay. Yes, medication is highly regulated. Okay, but Singapore law allows buying of small amounts. Okay, so but there's this thing called sandbox. I don't know whether you know what sandbox. Sandbox usually is created by regulators to allow industry startups to work in. They usually allow them to skirt around the industry as long as you register and things like that. So there are a lot of these meditech startups. I came in contact with a few of them. I was once a kind of advisor to one of them. So therefore, I've seen this. Yeah. So you will get all this disruption happening a big way. Okay. Can you elaborate healthcare disruption on, since public healthcare is heavily subsidized, regular government, commonly known as defensive industry, disruption as in teleconsult, but still, well, think of it this way. I give you an example. There is this startup called Noah. Have you seen NOAH? Okay, started by this poly boy and girl that came out. Very smart and very enterprising. Have you ever heard of them? It's kind of maybe a bit embarrassing to talk about it now, especially when there are a lot of girls around. But let's be professional about it, okay? They deal with erectile dysfunctional medicine. Erectile dysfunction medicine. Usually, men reach a certain age, start to have problem with certain functions of their life. So this kind of bedroom problem is very shameful, right? Very shameful to a man. So if they go to a doctor, to buy this kind of medicine, very paiseh. In worst case, I go in the clinic, a lady doctor, sibei paiseh, right? So then came this startup called Noah, very smart, okay, very smart, okay. He says that I will make sure I will deliver this kind of medicine to you damn discreetly. So what do they do? Very simple, okay. First call, telemedicine, okay, telemedicine. I think it's probably all men, okay? Male doctors. Telemedicine, you just have a call like that in the comfort of a room, your car, or private places, even in a toilet or something like that. You telemedicine, and just do a private assessment by a doctor. After that, then the doctor will have an arrangement where you will be supplied medicine, and they will wrap the medicine very discreetly, make it look like a Shopee delivery with nothing inside, so nobody can tell, okay, and deliver at a time where you will be there discreetly. People pay amount of money to avoid all the shame, right? Very smart, making a hell of money. Yeah, one young boy, I met up with them, amazing. Yeah, I wanted to invest in them. I was heavily involved with them for a while, but later the price tag got too high. Then yeah, okay. So very smart. This is an example of you see people think out of the box. 上有政策，下有对策. You think all this regulation can protect these sectors? No chance. The banks are heavily regulated and protected, but the startups on the side all whack left, right, center. One of my startups are doing fantastically well, going for the kill of the banks. You cannot fight innovation. Regulation lags behind innovation. The minute the regulation catch up, the innovation has already gone through already. Yeah. Okay. In what way is going to affect the GP? I would imagine that will it lead to drug abuse? I don't know. No, I don't see why erectile dysfunctional medicine dispensed properly by a doctor and registered pharmacy will be lead to drug abuse, right? So my point is this, that we tend to think that these industries are heavy stereotype, but the signals are very, very clear. The VCs, the venture capitalists, the private equity firm, and the angels are throwing so much money behind. You think they're stupid? We will be stupid to think that these industries, okay, will be able to defend ourselves for next 10, 20, 30 years. No chance, man. If you see what's coming, okay. I have the privilege in a helicopter view to see all these things happening. You think I can come up with ideas like that? I actually see them. I do not foresee. I already seen. So anyway, yeah, okay. I hope to teach my kids to think out of the box. Ask them to watch this video. Sorry, I don't know where kids how old. During cooling time or home recovery is all telemedicine, consult medicine, deliver house. Exactly. You will speed up the disruption. Yeah. Okay. Let me answer the question on Ukraine. Okay. Will there be a fight between Russia and NATO on Ukraine? How many of you know the situation in Ukraine? How many of you know the situation in Ukraine? Maybe I give a backdrop, okay? I'm not a political expert, but I'm clearly well read and all this. So Ukraine, okay? Ukraine for God knows how many centuries ago, not God knows, history knows how many centuries ago, were all part of the Russian Empire. Okay, there's a huge part of Ukraine all speak Russian. Okay, and actually Russia still consider Ukraine kind of part of Russia. Okay, not as close, but somewhat Taiwan, China kind of thing, right? Not as close, but after the breakup of the Soviet Union, Ukraine declared independence and became a ruling country. Now that's okay. Russia say, okay, you mind your own business. Russia wasn't that keen in Ukraine because there's no raw material, there's no oil, there's no gas or whatever, they can extract of it. It's one of the poorest country in Europe. Then why the hell does Russia is so concerned about Ukraine? Russia is not concerned about Ukraine. Russia is concerned that Ukraine sided NATO. NATO is against Russia. NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, is against Russia. So right now, if Ukraine become flipped over to NATO, what will happen? Then NATO troops will be able to move in, and they're right at the doorstep of Russia, with ICBM and rockets and all this pointing towards Russia. That's why Russia is concerned. Okay. Now, if this of course will have a lot of concern if all the enemies are just a doorstep, right? So therefore, what? Mr. Ong Yi Kang is here? No, okay. Lawrence, what do you say? Good evening, Mr. Ong Yi Kang. Okay. So what I want to share, is NATO is creeping into Ukraine, and that's why Russia is very concerned. Okay. Now, how is this going to work out? Now, can there be a war that break out? It's possible. It's possible. Right? Some people think the war will not break out. I think it's possible. Russia will not stay there and let Ukraine just flip over to NATO without putting up a fight. They already invaded Crimea or something like that. Okay. Oh no, I'm not. Okay. They invaded Crimea and take it out. So with that kind of daring move by Russia in the past, that was in 2014 when they invaded Crimea. Okay. So with that kind of thing, I think it's possible. Okay. If it's not possible, US won't send all the troops right now to the borders. I think they're all lined up in Poland or something like that. So, what if the market blows? Sorry, what if the war were to break out? If a war were to break out, surprisingly, it's good for stocks. Initially, there'll be a hit. Why everybody go chaotic? There'll be a hit. Bond shares all go down. Gold prices shoot up. I don't know about crypto, but historically speaking, surprisingly, wars are good for stock market. Wars are good for stock market. Yeah. So now, will I know how good it will be? I'm not sure. Okay, but based on history, wars are good for the stock market because there'll be a lot of destruction and a lot of production, right? So will I be concerned about there's a war? Of course, lives will be lost and things like. Will there be a likely possibility? Yes, I do think so. But will I think that stock market in the long run will be hit? I don't think so. Okay, so that's my opinion. That's a long answer. Yeah. Okay. So will this live be kept on YouTube? Yes. Okay. Telemedicine, drug delivery, doctors platform are easily copied. These are more that I think those are more innovation than disruption industry. The neighborhood GP in block white is hard to disappear. Yes, of course, the GP hard to disappear, but they will be disrupted. Okay, they will be disrupted. Okay, yeah, Latvia, Estonia, both NATO members are next to Moscow too. Yes, the geographic. I don't think there will be, but Russia seems to have taken steps to ensure they'll survive post-war economic sanction. Okay, well, it's an opinion. Yep. Where can we find those information on VCs and angels? You gotta do a lot of googling. Okay, you do a lot of googling. I mean, I can simply Google and all this, but I'm in touch with a few. War is good for big countries, but not so much for small and poor country. Again, right? They're too far away. I'm heavily invested in US, so that's okay. I cannot say whether is it good for Singapore or not, but we do. Our major trading partners are the US and China. Okay. Wow. Okay. Wait, I'm trying to read all the questions here. Would the pill quality be different? You mean between Malaysia and Singapore? Same company, right? Would it be different? They even have the same packaging and all this. Sometimes they have different packaging. Okay. Can you elaborate on how? No, the one I already answered. Okay, sorry. Those people ask a question I haven't answered. Please ask it because they go pop, 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 pop. I cannot read. Can you explain how it's going to affect Singapore GP? I think I kind of. Singapore GP. I think the medicine side of the business will be affected. Okay. I think today is still healthcare is still somewhat regulated. I'm going to give you an example. If I'm not wrong, today when you do some scans or this kind of thing, some of these scans report are being assessed by doctors from overseas because the cost will be much cheaper. Okay, so in some sense, I'll give you an example. B fell really sick in November. Some of your premium will recall she fell really very sick in Europe, and we couldn't find a Europe doctor because it's very difficult to see a GP in Europe unless you have you are a citizen there. So what do? We call our doctor friends from Singapore, and one of the doctor friends who is a top colon doctor said that, oh, you have got bloody diarrhea. It's not diarrhea, bloody diarrhea. You need to take this medicine, that medicine, that medicine. Okay, and then we with the idea we go to pharmacy and bought the medicine. Teleconsult can be done from overseas. What's so difficult, right? The doctor, the phone call is free. Of course, a friend, okay. But tomorrow it could be a GP, could be for another country, okay. So I don't think so, okay. Brian said Ukraine will be stupid to join NATO. Blood will be shattered by Ukraine, US, NATO will supply Ukraine weapons, but they won't risk their lives or win or lose US, NATO again. Well, Ukraine will be stupid, but they are already stupid. They are already in some kind of civil war for a long time between the East and the West Ukraine. They wanted to join EU, yeah, and then later they fled to Russia. When then the people have a revolt and things like that, you know. If you read the history of Ukraine over the last 5 to 10 years, it's just chaos. Okay, but anyway, let's not talk so much about Ukraine. I think we got it. Will food for stock market general? Is it good for stock market general or good for those who have deep pockets or cash rich who can buy at low price? Mary, I don't quite understand your question. Maybe you can rephrase it a little bit better. Okay. How do you buy medicine there without prescription? You don't need prescription. You can just buy from the pharmacy. Okay. Malaysia is very easy to buy medicine. I don't even need prescription, man. Yes. Do you think just buy? Just buy. The Singapore law allows you to buy 3 months worth of medicine, something like 3 weeks worth. I can't remember. So I actually enable buy this kind of small medicine, small supplies, much cheaper, right? Yeah. Okay. Do you think e-commerce which subsidize buyers a lot, but buyers? Sorry, all your questions are very broken. Yeah. Thank God you have a doctor friend you can ask. Yeah. So one thing in your life, try to find when you have doctor friends, please hold on to them. They can save your life. Okay. Can go in S&P 500 now. I've said this countless times, Jeffrey. Okay. In some of my YouTube videos, go watch it. I'll just say very lightly. If your horizon is like me, 20, 30 years, you can buy anytime and just dollar cost averaging in. Okay. That's my opinion for myself. Okay. But I'm more a crash crazy buy a lot kind of person. Okay. Yeah. With online shopping hitting all retail store hard, what do you think is the future of malls or closed shop? I think the future of malls is they're going to evolve into something else. Okay. In Singapore, all the malls that I see is going to be, I think the shopping part will become more lifestyle centers and going to be more about maybe just different kind of life experience. I think that's why I say all those retail REITs are going to be hit. Yeah. So can bypass HSA? No, they don't need bypass HSA regulation. The HSA regulation allow you to buy small amounts. Okay? They specifically allowed by HSA regulation, but only for personal consumption and in very small amount. Yes. Oh, Dragon Tan, good to see you. Singapore, Dragon Tan is EC King in Singapore. He's one of the top Singapore real estate agent, and thus is a very good professional real estate agent. Yes. Okay. Mr. Jason. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, any more questions? If not, I can call you at night. It's 12 plus. We are very concerned about time. And there are 200 of you all watching. I feel very paiseh. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. I hope you find this small session useful. Malls become super food court. I'm sure things will evolve, lifestyle and all this. Do you feel e-commerce, which burns a lot of money, makes losses to give discount, but many customers have little loyalty to more expensive, sustainable, and good investment? Everything has a scale. You see, these e-commerce company investors, they are not stupid. Okay, they're not stupid. The investors are not stupid. They're funding them, allowing them to burn is because they're doing what we call customer acquisition. So once you become used to them, what will happen next? You're stuck to them, and then you just buy. You just become nowadays. I buy anything I buy on Lazada and Shopee. Right? Very easy buy. Just buy on top. In the initial phase, maybe some subsidies need, some vouchers need. Now don't need anything I buy. I just buy on top. Right? So build a habit first. Yes. Okay. Who's the agent? Dragon Tan. Dragon Tan. Okay. Dragon Tan. Just Google Dragon Tan. He's a very good real estate agent. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So very good. Okay. So I hope you find this sharing session useful. It's a small talk. Okay. It's a small talk, but I hope you find this session useful. And I really hope that all this thing will go a long way in helping you do better financially. Okay. Yes, will help with healthcare disruption. Will healthcare costs actually go down? I can't tell, man. I think I hopefully it will. Okay, hopefully it will. I can't tell for that. Okay. Okay, with this, I'll sign off in YouTube first. Okay. Thanks for watching. Okay. All right.